Hi, everyone. This is David Rothfeder again. I am running session 3 of Unknown Armies for the Gauntlet in February of 2018. Last session, we had a ton of fun. At least I think we did. I definitely messed with a couple of minds here. So let's just spend a couple of minutes and have everyone go over what they remember from last session and what the most important things are, and then we'll just kind of dive right in. Yoshi, since you are the first on the character sheet, why don't you start us off? What do you remember was important from last session?
All right, so let's see. What do I remember from last session that I thought was important? Well, we found oh, what was his name? Johnny Nitro? Joey Nitro running amok through downtown. And he was basically just trying to cause chaos. And let's see, what else was important? We had a whole attack, or I guess maybe Brian can talk about this, but like a whole cyber attack against his office, and then him moving his computer to his car, and now we have like a mystery machine van that is this portable like computer AI type thing. What else was really interesting that was important? I'm sure there's more, but I don't remember right now. And by that, I mean I'm giving other people opportunity to remember things.
That is some nice marketing there. Okay, let's continue on. Jim, you are next on my sheet. So what are some things that you remember that haven't been discussed?
Well, I'm Isco Andrada, the Filipino prep cook, and kind of least experienced in the high weirdness that everybody is dealing with here. But let's see, I think there were a couple of important things that happened last time. One was that I saw somebody getting a tattoo that reminded me very much of the dinosaur I saw getting eaten. That was the kind of my first experience with the occult underground, and that sort of freaked me out and kind of sent me off for a little while. Michael's poor sister. What's her name?
I believe it was Maria.
Maria, who I kind of got in a little bit of an argument with her, and I might have maybe hurt her feelings a little bit from the reaction that she had. And what else? Let's see. We met Andrea, who owns the Ace and Eights tattoo parlor where I work, and I'm pretty sure that was kind of the main. Those were the main things that that affected my character in our last session.
There is something else, but if no one else remembers it, I'll be the last one to add a detail.
Go ahead.
Well, let's go ahead and go down the list and go to Laura.
The main thing that I remember was finding yet another weird tarot card just in my desk in the middle of a report that had a suspiciously corporate feel that maybe reminded me of the meeting that Miguel had and stuff, although I'm not sure exactly what the connection is there. Laura kept trying to give advice and was occasionally rebuffed and other times listened to, which is just great. It's great. Everything's great. Yeah, those are the main things I'm remembering that haven't been already covered.
There was something else that I remember, but we'll get to that in a bit.
Can I mention of the tarot card reminds me that I took the tarot card to one of the I showed it around the tattoo parlor, and there were we got some information as a result of that I kind of showed the tattoo that tarot card around to some of my tattoo artist friends.
Yeah, they thought it was cheap.
Yep.
The art was cheap.
Super corporate, man.
Yeah.
You ended up with a
Trash.
desk drawer like full of tarot cards.
Oh yeah, that's right. That did happen.
That was the other thing.
Yeah, and I think was Ian the last person to have the card itself?
Yes, Ian currently has the card.
I have one of them.
That's a great segue into what was Ian dealing with last session?
Yeah, Ian was dealing with a barrage of like internet surveys that were, bizarre and clearly somehow directly directed at him, and being a bit paranoid because he had already gotten through his own calculations that the message was resource and threat. So threat sounded pretty ominous, so he wasn't messing around. So he was packed up all his computers out of his home and into his car to try to create whoever was tracking him ditch them. But that briefly worked, but then whoever it was caught up with him, and pretty much exhausted. And at that point, Ian kind of gave up and got up. I didn't at the time copy down exactly what that message is, so whatever that final message that I got from this person, I kind of need that again. So
it was something.
I need a reminder.
It was something like "Let's be friends," nomenon.
Yeah, how do you spell a nomenon?
I know it starts with a G. I think it's GNOMON. I'm gonna double check that spelling.
Phenomenon. Okay.
This may or may not, exist somewhere. Don't mind me. I'm not looking up anything. GNOMON. Noel, please tell me you didn't look that up in the book. Noel, sorry. Keep doing that.
I just remember how it's spelled. That's all.
When this game's over, I will share a little bit about what nomenon is, because it is just too fantastic not for people to know about. So my recollection of some things that were missed was the surveys definitely got a lot more. Started off as just being like intrusive to like asking very private questions that you normally wouldn't want to answer, and then got with some bizarre things made on, and they basically just flooded your IP with these surveys to everyone, and as you could tell, as things got on, it got more and more directed to your life. You did agree to answer several questions about your life, which who knows what this is going to use with that. I'm sure everything's fine. Other things that happened, I believe Miguel had a meeting with a potential person to fill the position other than Laura, and he was resistant to working for a fast food joint at first. But when he looked up who he was going to be working for, he's like, yeah, that could work. And right as he was like warming up to the prospect, he freaked the fuck out.
That was Chris Wang, right?
No, that was the guy from Macy's.
Oh, that's right. Gary Shaw.
Gary Shaw.
Okay.
Let's see. Other things that went on. There was, I think we already covered, what's her name? Andrea. There was also, at the very end of the session, Isco got home and found that someone had rummaged completely through his room.
I totally forgot that because it was like our. You know what? I think probably because I didn't do anything to respond to it. It was like our end of session cliffhanger.
Yes,
Yeah,
it absolutely was
almost like a teaser for the next episode. But yeah, I totally forgot that. Yes. Okay. Yeah. No, that sucks.
Yeah. Speaking of which, having your private area invaded like that is absolutely a helplessness check. So let's take a look. See.
I've got hardened 4 in helplessness.
Okay, that's likely enough. Let's take a look. Yeah, I think that's good to get you covered. You don't need to roll. This is still like you're not freaking out, but this is like if you had an 8, you would be like, oh, someone just threw my stuff. But no, this is still enough that you say this isn't right.
Oh yeah, no, it's not right. Like I'm not. I think like I come in and I see it, and the first thing I do is go check on my grandmother and make sure she's okay, and ask her if she saw anything.
She's fixing you a plate from the leftovers.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't seem to have responded at all.
Okay. So when you say doesn't seem to have responded at all, like
she hasn't taken notice of anything weird yet.
Got it. Like, okay, sorry. So it's not like I say, Nana, did you see anybody? Was there someone here? And she doesn't answer me. It's she says, no, I didn't. Yeah. Like, okay,
she's confused. Like,
okay, all right. And
what language is spoken at home?
We speak Tagalog and in the house.
Okay, yeah. So she says, "Why? Who would be here? It's just it's just been you and me."
Okay, I thought I don't worry about it. I thought I saw something, but don't worry about it. And I will. Oh shit! I'll go back to my room, and I'll close the door behind me.
As you are going back to your room,
yep,
the door to your apartment actually opens up.
Whoa. Okay. I'm I'm around and headed. Just spin around and headed towards the door to see what's going on.
Yeah, there's a gentleman who he's like waiting outside as if he's waiting for you to acknowledge and invite him in.
Like out in the hall?
Yeah. I'm trying to transfer the picture from my private document to this, but that does not seem to go as well as I thought it would. Well, shoot. I'm going to have to find this picture again.
Can you just post the link?
Well, the thing is I put it into my spreadsheet where I'm keeping NPCs and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
That's not going to find it.
Take a screenshot of that. And then...
Yeah. Well,
if I need to, I will.
I'm on the NPCs and stuff tab, but yeah, if it's not working.
Ian would like you to print it out and then scan it back in.
Okay, this is not as good as I was. Oh no, actually, that's the same person. Ooh, actually, I like both of those pictures, so that works perfectly. This time I'm going to save the image. Sorry for the delay here. I'm not used to having to keep private pictures and public pictures.
That's okay.
So, Later on, I will have to do the same thing for the other stuff, but there's not too many more where I have actual pictures planned out. Did it go? Sort by date. No, did it go to downloads? Yes, it did. This gentleman right here. And he's dressed more like the version to the right.
Yeah, all right. Okay. So that kind of brings me up. And I say, so like I saw the door closing like it was someone like someone was walking out and the door was closing, or
no, so this is like the door to the apartment.
Okay. So he like opened the door but didn't step in. He's standing out in the hall.
Yes. Now,
okay.
You could have sworn that door was locked.
Sure.
But he's making it a point of not being rude. He just, the door just opened though for him.
All right. Okay. So I say, hello.
Good evening.
You have the wrong apartment. I think you have the wrong apartment.
He looks at you, he turns his head and cocks it and, looks at you clearly with, definitely with his good eye, not the one that, there's the one that's kind of glassed over and, with a hazy iris. But, he's obviously favoring his good eye. It's like, no, I don't believe so. I recognize you. Oh, how rude of me. And in very bad, I'm sorry, I can't remember what language you said. But in very bad,
you can, so if you say Filipino, I know what you're talking about. That's perfectly fine. That's
in very bad Tagalog, but not many people know any Tagalog. He gives a nice a nice greeting, something along the lines of "Good evening" to your. He says that to your grandmother.
Okay, so I raise an eyebrow, and I say, Nana, do you know him?
No. She grabs a second plate and says something like, "You should have told me a friend was coming."
And I, and I like turn back and like squint at him, and. I say, well, he just dropped by, Nana. I wasn't expecting him myself.
So she puts down 2 plates, and he, he's able to get out a thank you. It's definitely very broken Filipino, but
Sure.
But he does manage to say, he's like, he turns to you, goes, well, I suppose we didn't get to share a meal the last time, so.
Sure. All right. I kind of I turn and walk into the kitchen. And I'm presuming we've got like a fairly small, like an open plan apartment here where I can just kind of like I'm not like going through doors into another room to like go to the stovetop or whatever. But whatever it is that she's cooked, I walk up to the knife block and I get like a nice big super sharp chef's knife out of the knife block. And
your grandmother looks at you a little weird. Emmett doesn't see this.
Yes, but... yeah. And I say, it's okay, Nana. I just want to make sure in case we have any trouble with your casserole here, or whatever, whatever it is that she's made.
Yeah, she's like bickering at you like I haven't burned a dish in 30 years. How dare you? I taught you everything you know about the kitchen.
That's true, Nana. You're absolutely right. I'm just having some fun with you. Let's go eat, and we can talk to our guest.
Does your grandmother speak any English?
She can because I mean she speaks enough English to like get by having done like domestic jobs and stuff like this.
Okay.
So like she is, she's like a naturalized citizen, and and like speaks enough English that she can get by day to day. But we speak Tagalog in the house because that's just we're just both we're more comfortable with it, and that's how it works. But if he's clearly a native English speaker, we can sit down and carry on a conversation in English, and that's totally fine. It's not enough of a barrier.
Yeah, you get the feeling like he's trying to get an idea of how much English he speaks, and he's definitely trying to dance around subjects until he knows. For sure.
So we'll sit down, all that kind of stuff and everything. Once I'll pull my chair out for Nana and stuff like this and set her down and everything, and then and I will I'll bring in whatever the last of the plates are, and I'll set that down, and I'll put the the knife down on the table, kind of next to me.
So it's visible that there's a big ass knife.
Oh yeah. Okay. It's right there. And
you see him eye it and eye at you, and then he gives a big smile.
Okay. So I say, it's been so long since we've seen you. I say, it's been so long since we've seen you, and I don't know what you've been doing lately.
Oh, this and that, the normal thing. But me and my associates, we were hoping to cross ways again at some point.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, the reason I'm here is to deliver a message on behalf of a friend. And he pulls out of his jacket a tiny little envelope, like maybe that big.
Sure. Whatever, like hold like a 3x5 card or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Very nice envelope. This actually looks, like the fancy stationery of a wedding invitation. It doesn't have like the ribbons and bows and flowers on it that you would expect, but it's very, that high quality paper, clean cut corners, definitely not something that, they make, 20 million of them at a time.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I say, okay, well, thank you. Well, I'll definitely take a look at it later. And I set it down on the table next to me.
Well, unfortunately, I can't stay very long. It is delicious though. And I'm a fine connoisseur of meals. He goes and he like kisses her hand and, definitely very polite about it. And then he goes up to you and he's like, it whispers in your ear, by the way, next time just finish what you start. And he walks out the door.
Okay. So I am going to make sure that I check all the locks and stuff like this, all this kind of stuff.
Nothing wrong with the locks whatsoever.
Okay. All right. Well, it's the door. The door was open, so I got to relock it and make sure it's all done up like that. I'm going to say, yeah, that was delicious. I gotta I have to go back out because I left something at work that I have to go pick up. But I'll come back. You just get yourself to sleep, and I'll get myself. I'll let myself in later tonight. kiss her on top of the forehead, go back into my room, and do the like spend 15 minutes straightening everything up, putting it all back where it's supposed to be, straightening the, whatever, making sure, rearranging the stuff in my drawers, refolding my t-shirts, all this kind of stuff and everything. And as I'm doing that, I'm taking an inventory and looking for what might be missing.
Well, I mean, how well do you know your possessions?
I mean, my hunch is that I don't own a lot of stuff, and I pretty much have like my work clothes. I've got a
I mean,
let me take
you
a
don't
look
need
here.
to detail everything out. Like, are you a person who's like, yeah, I'd recognize, I know what's important, or yeah, I recognize, I'd noticed my favorite shirt was missing, or do you have like every single piece of clothing like counted and inventoried?
My obsession is follow the procedure. So, like, my clothes are all folded a certain way and in a certain place. The socks go in this drawer, the t-shirts go in this drawer, the pants go here, the books are here, and the top shelf is tattoo flash books, and the second shelf is chemistry. The left half is chemistry study books, the right half is bio study books. Yes, my whole room is I think, given my kind of obsession with procedure and things like and structure, I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't, and the rest of the house doesn't have to be that way, and probably isn't necessarily. Like, our bathroom probably drives me up a wall, and I wouldn't know which of Nana's 8 tubes of toothpaste she's actually using right now, because she bought them all on sale or whatever. But yeah, if there was something significant missing from my room, I really think I would notice it.
Are you to the point where it's like, these are my Monday underwear, these are my Tuesday underwear, these are my Thursday underwear?
Like, no, I don't know that I'd miss a single pair of socks. But I know what's on all my t-shirts.
Okay. There is a old sweatshirt of yours that you notice is missing. That's about the only thing, though.
Oh, shit. My tattoo convention hoodie. Why did they take my tattoo convention hoodie? Oh, this is weird and bad. All right. So I'm gonna take that. Invitation without opening it. And I'm gonna call. Ms. Partois. And I'm headed out the door. Good night, Nana. Lock the door behind me, and I'm headed down to my bike, and I'm down in the, I've got the thing where I've got a parking space that, between two cars, and I kind of am sitting on my bike, and I'm doing my safety check and getting my helmet ready and all this kind of stuff and everything, and I call Ms. Partois.
What time is it?
I think we established it was like early evening, because I left the tattoo parlor early this evening.
Right.
So I don't know.
Dinner ready when you go by. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably like 8 o'clock or something like that. I mean, does that check out? Mike, is that about right? Or David, is that about right?
That sounds good.
Okay. All right. So let's say 8 o'clock at night. Whatever, you're just like settling into a glass of red wine or something like that.
That was exactly the image I had in mind. Yes. So I pick up. Of course, I'm like, Isco, what's going on?
Okay, Miss Partois, something really strange just happened, and I have a thing, and I need you to look at it, and I'm kind of like, I don't want to mess with it until you've looked at it.
What can you tell me about it? Just for the moment, so I know what I'm getting into here.
I don't want to tell you over the phone.
Okay, so that kind of stuff.
I think so. I'm not sure, but I think probably, yeah.
All right. I guess Joie de Vino is probably not a good place right now. You know that that park with the rusty playground nearby?
Yeah, yeah.
Be there in 45 minutes.
45 minutes?
It's as fast as I can make it to the other side of town, you know.
Okay, all right, okay. I'll see you in 45 minutes. And I like look frustrated, and I hang up the phone, and I crank the bike up, and I rock it over the park in 10 minutes, and I just and I nervously pace until she gets there.
Okay. Let's cut so that we have a chance for other things to happen. Ian. So obviously the basically the denial of service attack has ended. But there is a there is a email from Nominon saying it's time to take a survey.
Okay, I'll open the email up. Am I back home yet, or I'm still in my car?
If you want to take this at home, you absolutely can.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, do you want to link the email through your system, or link the survey through the system?
No, I'll just take a look at it first.
Okay. It's a long survey. This is going to take you let's see. It actually tells me about how long this is going to take. Let's see. This will take, let's say, about an hour to take. Now, I'm not going to ask you an hour worth of questions.
I don't think Ian's in the mood to answer this question. He hasn't gotten to sleep yet. Yeah, I mean, he was broken down enough to talk to Nominon, but
you want to get some sleep first?
I think he just writes the answer to the first question, whatever the question is.
Mm-hmm.
He just submits like, I need some reason why I should trust you, and then he goes to sleep. He doesn't wait for a response, and yeah, he probably just collapses for at least a few hours.
No, that's totally fair. Miguel, you get a phone call.
I forgot that Maria was still at my place last time. Is she still there, or did she take off?
I mean, she was taking a shower, and you decided not to invade her privacy.
That's right. I don't have a reason to invade her privacy yet.
Yeah. Let's say she's still there. She's okay. She's kind of drying off and such. But she's not being a nuisance to you right now.
That's fine. Yeah, I'll answer the phone.
It is absolutely from Fisher. Like it comes up Fisher on the caller ID.
Yeah, I'll answer it because if she's calling, you answer. So I'm like, Miss Fisher.
Michael, excellent. So how are my candidates coming?
Well, I'm definitely narrowing down the field to prospective candidates. You're like when people are curious about what the job is for and they hear that you're a part of it, it definitely adds some weight to the procedure.
Good, good, good. So there's a little bit of a change of plans. I I understand that you have a process, but I'm actually going to be in Minneapolis this weekend for an art show. So anyone that you're thinking of, anyone that you're thinking of potentially submitting for my review, might as well just bring them to the art show so we can get a little bit of face-to-face time.
Okay. I will see what I can do. I'll talk to the people I was looking at, see if they have the time. And if they don't, well, that's kind of, this is one of those opportunities that they need to make the time to make.
I like the way you think. I'll email you the details.
Perfect.
You hang up. 5 seconds later, the email's in your mailbox.
Yeah.
Do you click on the link?
Yeah.
It's Joey Nitro's show.
I figured that much. And I just kind of like look at it and shake my head. I'm like, oh, more of this guy. All right. Well, this is going to be interesting.
Do you read his bio on the gallery's website?
Yeah, I'll read his bio on the gallery website.
So it's, pretty standard, art PR bullshit. But there's one line that is a little bit odd. From his humble beginnings working at McDonald's, Joey Nitro has proven himself a unique mind. Blah 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 blah. More, but why the hell did they put in that line about McDonald's? That definitely stands out as odd.
Okay.
And I'm basically using your, of course you recognize that's odd as a corporate recruiter. You absolutely schmooze at art shows.
Right. There would definitely be a detail that would be left out. So,
Are other people's having distortion in my voice?
Yep.
Like, is it robot like bad connection?
Yeah, it's robot-y like a bad connection. Like you're losing, it's compressing the data, and so that like you're losing the highs and the lows.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything it can really do about that.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, let's just hope that the bandwidth gets better then.
Yeah, so I take note of this, and then I go through my list of candidates, and that's what I'm probably doing is like making sure, because what day of the week is it? It's like middle of the week, right? It's like
let's
Tuesday
say it's
or
the middle of the week.
Yeah, so like I'm not going to call people tonight about it, but I'll call everybody tomorrow. And so I'm just basically making like getting all of like the notes tonight to like prep of like, hey, this is what's happening and doing all that stuff. So that tomorrow, like during business hours, I can just like call everybody up and let them know what's going on and let them know that, hey, you make this opportunity, great. That's what you need to do. If you don't make this opportunity, you still might get on the short list, but it's probably worth your while to make this opportunity. So I'll prep all of that stuff, and then I'm gonna try to figure out a little bit more, like maybe spend some time trying to just on the internet research like what's going on with Joey Nitro to find out any more information, since this is the second time today that I've had dealings with him.
Okay. Let's come back to that later. And go to the park.
So Laura pulls up, and parks, normal stuff, gets out, and walks straight over,
back and forth.
and Like I don't think Isco notices.
Miss Partois. Oh, I'm so glad that you're here.
Just puts a hand on his shoulder. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Nope, one more. Breath in. You're okay. It's from the diaphragm. You're breathing from the chest. Breathe from the diaphragm.
I don't know how to do that. Okay.
So let's sit down and tell me what's going on.
Here in the open?
I look around just to make sure that there's nobody listening.
Okay.
But,
and I sit down and I lean in close and I say, someone visited my apartment today. And I think it was someone who may be, like weird.
I think you're going to have to be a little bit more specific than that.
So someone went through my stuff today. They got into my room. They went through my stuff, my room. Everything was out of order, and they took one of my sweatshirts. They took my tattoo convention hoodie.
Okay.
And then this guy shows up, black dude, he had like a lazy eye, and he was like he had a blazer but no shirt on underneath it. It was really strange, and he was talking to my grandmother, and he was acting like he knew who I was and that we had met before, but I don't know who this guy is. And he gave me this.
Right. And for me, Noel, can you describe it once again? I think I missed the actual physical description.
So you definitely recognize this as you haven't seen too many of these, but this is definitely something that looks like a formal dinner invitation.
Okay, so it's the invitation. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, formal dinner invitation.
Like this is old school.
Right.
And he said to me, next time, finish what you start. I don't even know what that means. I mean,
well, if you think
I know what finish what you start means, but I mean, I don't know which thing he was talking about.
Did you tell us about the weird dinosaur dinner?
Oh shit! Yeah, I mean, like that's why I'm in the group is because you. Sorry. Out of character, right. Absolutely. Yeah. No. When I like, I've kind of. You were the first people that believed me when I told them this. That wasn't like, dude, were you high? Because I work with a bunch of like kitchen jackoffs. So, I don't know how it came out or whatever, but I think like once it became clear that like this is the kind of stuff we're doing, absolutely, yeah, about it because that's I mean, that's kind of my entry. That was my encounter with the occult underground.
Right. Yeah, I couldn't remember that detail. Okay, so
I don't think we discussed it, so it's a totally legit question. Yeah, but I think absolutely, yeah. You certainly.
Yes. Well, the only thing I can think of is like there's not been anything else weird that's happened to you recently that you haven't told us about, right? Now would be a damn good time if you have left something out.
Well, no, there was the thing in the tattoo parlor with the dinosaur.
Right.
And there's this just now. I mean, and I don't like, and I guess it's all. I mean, the guy didn't seem to have my sweatshirt. Maybe they're not even related. I don't know. But I mean, like, you're the one that knows about this stuff.
I think now would be a good time to activate my channel
Okay.
because I'm being asked for advice, and I think if I'm reading Inherent Direction right, it's on page 106 of the book, 106 of the PDF. I can get a sense for what should be done. Me, the avatar, at a successful roll of my guide thing. This is the 1 to 50%.
Okay.
Also, I made a note. I just noticed that I succeeded on a roll with my guide thing, and I think we ran out of time to deal with that. If it's just like a small advance, it doesn't really matter. But I just noticed that note on my character sheet here.
Yeah, so it's failed rolls that normally increase things. Avatars work differently. I didn't get a chance to look that up.
Okay, we don't need to
so
worry about
I'll
it.
look it up during our break or
That
some
sounds
other
good.
time.
Yeah. So I will roll and try and get under 65. 41. Okay. So that is a just regular success.
So let me go back. You said it was 106.
Mhm.
Let's see. A success. Helpful directions, though maybe a little vague. It's important to know what your enemy wants.
All right. So that's the sense I get, and I'm trying to think of how.
Are you going to open it?
Say that. Okay. In my experience, Isco, when there's somebody like this, some sort of opposition of any kind, somebody who you're not sure of your intentions, for now, playing along and getting an idea of what they actually want would probably be the best thing, I would say.
That's good, because that's what I did. I thought about just stabbing him.
Probably a bad plan,
Yes.
if I had to say.
Yes. No. But I knew like that wasn't going to end well. So I actually let him in the apartment, and he had dinner with us. Or
Well,
like
what I
he had
mean is
a
more
little bit of
follow-up
dinner.
with this invitation.
Well, are you going to open it?
Yeah.
Are you going to open the invitation?
Okay.
No, it sounds like his audio cut out, so he's
Yeah.
Sorry, that was like the worst time for that to happen.
okay. Are you going to open it?
I opened it right then. Yeah. I just take it. No, hang on. That's not. Nope. Undo. I tell you to open it.
What? Why me?
Well, first, because I don't want to violate taboo, but
That's a very good reason.
Well, it's your invitation, Isco.
Does Michael? Does it actually have? Is it actually like addressed to me? Does it actually have my name like written on it, or does it have any name at all on it?
David, but
David, sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, it has the in cursive font Isco.
Okay, sorry. You know what? Michael's the GM in the game I played on Tuesday. I apologize, David.
No
thank you.
worries.
Yeah, I'm not used to having multiple games in a week. It's fantastic. I'm really enjoying it. Okay, so it actually has my name on it. Okay, and so I look at Ms. Partois, and I'm like, I kind of like do that thing where I like stick a finger under the under the end of it, and I'm like kind of like, should I keep going?
I said you should open it. Did I not?
Okay, and I just
oh, you were totally mangling this envelope.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was
Oh yeah.
beautiful. It was so beautiful.
It's just an envelope. That's how you open an envelope. You stick your finger under the end and you do this thing like it's like your finger's a letter opener. How do you open an envelope? That's how you open an
With a
envelope.
letter
Okay, so and you know, and I yank out whatever is inside.
Yeah, it's an invitation. Do you open it up?
Well, yeah. I mean, like
Mhm.
when you say it's an invitation, I mean, is there
It
writing
says
on the front?
you're
or-
invited
Okay,
on the outside. If you flip it open,
I flip it open.
so there is a graphic of a T-Rex skeleton
Okay.
with a top hat,
Uh-huh.
and it says, "You are cordially invited to finish your." Or I'm sorry, Sue the dinosaur cordially invites you to finish your meal, courtesy of the distinguished extinct. Please let us know when you are available at your soonest convenience.
What do I do?
I think it's time to call Ian so that you won't be going in alone.
Okay. This is the thing though. I wasn't invited that first time. I just saw it. I was just a prep cook. I was like cutting shallots there.
The
I just,
dinosaur did ask if you would like a bite.
I just happened to walk in on it. I didn't.
I put my hand on your shoulder again, and I'm going to activate my mantle again with my 51 through 70%. When I'm going to say, Isco, you need to go. Although I'm going to... Yeah, I rolled a matched success on that. I got 11. So if you do what I say, you get to flip-flop your next roll.
Fantastic. Okay. So I say.
This was
Okay.
your other channel, the 51.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Does the invitation say I can bring a guest, or is it just me?
The invitation is for yourself. You know, it doesn't say this in your channel, but it's a match success. Isco, go ahead and roll a hunch.
Okay.
I think that seems reasonable here.
I got a 43.
Okay, so keep that 43, and the next
Okay.
time you would roll, you instead use that 43.
Okay. All right. Does it say when and where I'm going for this invitation?
No, it does not specify a place. It says notify us at your earliest convenience.
Oh, and then there's like a phone number or an email address or what? No, it just says notify us at your earliest convenience. Well, that's helpful. Is there a return address or anything on the envelope or no? Okay. All right. Okay. So
Who says people in the Cult Underground are reasonable?
Okay. So I say, and I'm like, how am I supposed to get in touch with them? That's why I have to call Professor Brandt. Like I catch up to where Laura was leading me. And I'm like, that's why I have to call Professor Brandt, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Ian, you've had a few hours of sleep, maybe 3, 4 if you're lucky.
Yep. Yeah, probably. You probably have to call me twice. It goes to voicemail the first time,
Okay.
and then he'll be calling you back as you leave a voicemail.
Oh, sure. Okay, that thing. Yep. Okay. All right. Professor Brandt. Professor Brandt. It's Isco. It's something really important. I don't want to talk about it over the phone, but it's really important, and you should call me back. I'm here with Miss Partois, and she said that I should call you because you can help with this thing. But I need to talk to you because I can't tell you what it is. So this is Isco. My number is 999-555-1212.
Your phone is ringing.
And yeah, and then I look and it's like, okay, switch to message. Hello, this is Isco.
Yeah. What's up?
Oh, Professor Brandt, I was just leaving you a voicemail.
Yeah. What's up?
Did you listen to the voicemail?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. So there's a thing that happened, and I think and Ms. Partois said that I should call you because you can help me with the thing. Are you okay? You sound tired.
Yes, I'm okay, and I am tired. Yes.
So I like if you can you help me with this thing? I can I'll stop and grab you a one of those espressos you like on the way over.
That is a very good idea.
Okay, I'm gonna come to your place. All right.
I'll be here.
Okay, I'll be there in about 20 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna go see. Did you want to come and see? Like, should you be here for this, Ms. Partois?
She sighs and is like, I think you could probably use the company, and you don't want to bike all the way there. So
Shouldn't we have? Oh, okay. Sorry. So when I say bike, it's a motorcycle.
she doesn't care.
Okay,
She's rather disdainful.
No, I just wanted to make sure that as a player, you knew.
Yep.
When I say bike, I mean like I have like one of those like rice burner pocket rocket Japanese like rocket bikes. So I say I can't leave my bike here.
Well, you live close by, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So
okay. Yeah. You can leave it in my home. Should we? Shouldn't we call? We should call. We should call Miguel because we should have the whole cabal for this, shouldn't we?
I think that's certainly a good idea. I sent him a text.
Okay.
Just real quick.
All right. And so and off we go, and however you want to cut to whatever the next thing is on that, David. I'd say feel free.
Let's see Miguel's reaction. I think Maria hears that you're getting the text while she's like drying her hair, and she's like, "You're still working?"
Look, just because I have things that go till late, that's the way that the world works, and that's the way you sometimes need to be if you want to get the right jobs and connect the right people. But if you must know, it does look like I'm going to have to go out tonight. You're welcome to stay here if you need to stay here, but go home, see Mom. She can't be that bad.
No, it was... Mom's fine. She worries about you a lot.
Of course she does. You tell her, like, I'm fine. Like, look at this. Like, I'm fine.
She rolls her eyes.
What was that?
There's this thing out there called being interested in somebody and having a life outside of work.
How do you know I'm not doing that right now?
She cocks an eyebrow. Are you?
I'm fine.
Oh,
I'm not.
Wait. Are you seeing someone? She goes in and reaches for her phone. Let's see if she succeeds at getting her phone. I think this is a struggle roll.
Awesome.
So
what is that?
She's rolling it because she's the one trying to get your phone.
Fantastic.
You totally get her pinned down, and like, I don't. What do you do when you get the upper hand on your kid sister?
I think I pin her down and take my phone and just like probably like boop her on the nose, and I'm like, look, you know what? I think you need better self-defense classes. Like I will pay for better self-defense classes if you'll take them. And I was like, but unfortunately, You were right. This isn't actually a social call. This is more work.
So you don't tell them that you're going out that you're going out with your friends.
No. I tell her, okay, no, I'm going out. Like I have to meet somebody. There's a client coming into town this weekend, and I wanted to touch base with one of the prospective people. I'm trying to get them.
Ugh, you're so boring.
Hey, I'm boring, but at least I have my own apartment. At least I'm getting things done, and I'm helping pay for your way through college. At least I'm doing that.
She kind of rolls her rolls her eyes.
Oh, that's the second time in one day.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't even know you were twisting that knife. That's awesome.
Okay, so you guys are all meeting up at the very, very tired Professor Brandt's place.
As soon as I would have gotten off the phone, I would have gone and looked to see if there was any kind of response to what I wrote for the first question on the survey.
There's a new survey waiting for you. This one says, "This is how we learn."
Can I? Is it feeding me one question at a time, or can I read through the whole thing?
It gives you one question at a time. It does give you. You've noticed some of the surveys in the past haven't given you estimates. Other ones have. The first one, it gave you an estimate. What seemed to be actually like a very precise attempt at an estimate of how long it would take you. This one is just nope, just a survey.
Yeah, I'll probably start answering it while I wait for them to come. And I probably
these questions are really bizarre. They remind you a lot of that first survey you were doing. At certain points, they get like oddly specific. Some of them are oddly specific as if it knows something about you, and other ones it seems like, well, there's a question of when you were locked in a rusty room with a man who swore to kill you, and the two of you chained together, when did you stab him in the kidney? And it was when you first saw him, after you found a way out, when his back was turned, or when he fell asleep. Now, I doubt. Now, did Ian Brandt ever have this experience? That's up to you. But this is the question it has.
Right. No, definitely doesn't match any real experience he's had.
The question is, do you continue doing these surveys in the face of questions like this?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Make a... Yeah, you do not have enough hardened for this. Make a check for self. So... I'm looking for what the stat is that you roll for that. Unless you had something that protects you. Doesn't look like it.
No.
Success. The stress checks. Self would be a notice check.
Okay. So rolled a 40.
That is a success. So mark yourself as a hardened, and you don't freak out with the concept that, something thinks that you're a murderer.
So what do I mark? Where do I mark?
So you go to your shock gauges, and you go to hardened, and you increase that by 1.
Okay.
And it automatically affects changes your stats up.
Okay.
So if you notice, your knowledge went down and your lies went up. So,
Okay.
right around the time you're most of the way through the survey is when everyone's showing up.
Hey, Professor Brandt, here's your coffee.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I think yeah, I'm trying to down that coffee as quickly as possible. It probably reminds me that I also like haven't eaten anything in forever. And I go like, I don't know, get a bowl of cereal or something.
That is probably the most Unknown Armies things I ever heard. I just realized I probably haven't eaten in like a day and a half.
No, if I see you, like if I see you starting to like get some cereal out of your cabinet, I'm gonna say, whoa, no, sit down, Professor Brandt. Let me see if I can whip something up here for you.
Ooh, are you going to be therapeutic with this?
I am.
Awesome. So why didn't you guys talk while Isco is preparing a meal? Isco, by the way, don't bother rolling right now.
I've got a 43.
Yeah, I know you've got a 43. That's why I said don't bother rolling. We'll get into the effects later on, but
Awesome.
You guys are just in a room together.
Well, it's the three of us, right? Because
I believe everyone was showing up.
Yep, everyone. Because I drove Isco and I texted Miguel to come.
Yep.
So I think just for convenience, I'm there arriving at the same time. Wait until we're all in the room to start talking. So it's like, so what exactly are we doing here?
And I gesture to Isco. But I probably have to say his name a couple times before he looks up from what he's doing, if he's already started cooking. Like, Isco!
You're muted.
Yes, just a second. Yeah. What do you need?
You realize that we're here because of you, right? Like,
yes, yeah. Oh no, here.
They need to hear it from you.
And I like I hand you the invitation to show to them.
Some strange guy. So I show it to Miguel. I show it to Ian. Showed up at Isco's place. Weird shit. And Ian, I was thinking you could maybe hook him up with some kind of personal surveillance, something like that, so that he can go to this. The invitation only applies to him, and they have a link to him as well. So we can't really go without issue. I would be nervous about us all going, but we need a way to stay with Isco while he goes into the belly of the beast, if you'll pardon my pun. Is that something you think you could do?
Yeah, I mean, just so we can. You want to be watching while he goes in, watching and listening?
Whatever you can manage.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that. Why are we sending him in there?
We've got to know what's going on. We have no other. This is our best link to these people. Unless you have a better idea.
No, true. We do need more information. Okay. Yeah. Seems doable. I guess I should fill you guys in on a similar situation I'm dealing with.
Here you go, Professor Brent. There was you had some chicken breast in the freezer, so I took that and that half a jar of peanut butter that you had, and there was some bottled ginger, so I made some chicken satay for you. Here you go.
By the way, save your hunch because I took a look at therapeutic, and in this instance, therapeutic wouldn't do anything because Ian succeeded at his role.
Okay, cool. I'm still cooking for him.
Yeah, that's fine. That's of course it can.
All right. I'll hang on to my 43. But yeah, no, like I took like the shit you had in your kitchen and just made something like super delicious and amazing out of it. So
awesome.
Well, but I mean the invitation was addressed to me, so it has to be me, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it would seem so.
But there's no date or place or even how to get in touch with them, but they've been contacting you, right?
I've been contacted, but it doesn't seem like by the same people. And I'll probably give you guys a brief summary of
Do you show them the tail end of the survey you've been working on?
Yes.
The first time you've the current question is the first time you've masturbated. You were ashamed for masturbating. Were you ashamed because of religious beliefs? You were afraid someone would find out. Someone did find out, or what? Or that you abused your own body in such a way.
These are really specific questions.
Yeah, that's actually pretty mild.
Which one? Do you let them see which one you click on?
Yes, sure. I click. I think it was the second option. I was afraid someone would find out. Yeah, I don't know who's sending this any more than you know who sent this invitation, but I need more information, so I'm playing along for now.
Do you finish the survey?
Yes.
While they're here?
Yeah, I mean, if I can do it well.
Yeah, there were like 2 or 3 questions left.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you finish, it just defaults back to this homepage because you've never finished a survey before. You've never seen what the homepage looks like. But yeah, there's a page. It has lists of surveys to take. They all have bizarre titles. There's even a place that says preferred users.
Preferred users? Okay. Yeah, I'll check that out.
It has a list of different surveys. Do you scroll through them?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, there's oddly named. One link looks a little different, though. It doesn't have a title.
All right. I'll click it.
It goes to another list. Are you going to continue navigating the site, or are you going to save that for later?
I mean, I'm kind of splitting my attention between.
Okay, that's fair.
So it depends how distracting they are.
Yeah, why don't people continue their conversation? You chime in where you want to, and I'll let you know if you find something.
So if it's not the same people, how do I let them know that I want to go to the dinner?
Is there like a line to sign? Is there like an RSVP thing where you say, yes, I'll be there at 7:30 or something?
Is there?
Nope.
No, it just says, let us know.
Did you try just writing on the note, yes?
You know what? I do know. I mean, I do know where this first happened. I mean, I know what apartment it was. I mean, I could go to the building and buzz that apartment.
I could scan the card, while we drive to that building.
Well, if there's some computer thing you can do that you can do first. I mean, that's why we came to you, Professor Brandis, because we thought maybe you could figure out how to get in touch with them.
Wait, while we drive, why can't we do it here?
My scanner's into the car.
Okay. That's only... All right, that's fine.
How long did that? You know what? It's not important.
Well, hopefully Joey Nitro isn't causing more traffic.
I'm not sure that's a safe bet, but
I have way too much Joey Nitro in my life recently for anyone's comfort. So, do we head to your car and maybe scan this thing, drive over to the apartment building, drop off a notice? And I'm like, here, and like I look around and maybe find like a pen because I'm sure there's a pen somewhere. Just like write on the note, like, yes, I will attend, or something along those lines, and then we'll just hand them back the note.
But I don't even know who they are or how to get in touch with them.
Well,
I
I mean,
think Miguel is suggesting that this is a good way to start.
I mean, is this some kind is this a magic thing where I can just drop it in a mailbox and it'll get where it needs to go? Like, is that a thing that can happen?
I mean, just a magic thing means a lot of different stuff.
Well, I know that's why I come to you.
And we're telling you, just
okay, all right. And I like hold my hand out for the pen.
yeah, I totally give it to you.
Okay, and I say, and I like look at Miss I look at Miss Partois and I say, does it need to be in cursive?
just write your damn name.
Okay. And I just scratch on there in my like chicken scratch, kitchen handwriting. Yes, I will attend. Isco Andrada. Thank you.
Give them a date and time.
Tomorrow, 7:00. Well, no. Will they know that I mean tomorrow, like tomorrow, or should I put the actual date?
Just put the actual date if it makes you feel better.
Okay. April 17th. Or whatever the date was. But it's
That's
like
fine.
I put the following day's date down there as well. Okay. Now, and then I like carefully fold it back and I like set it down on the table and kind of like sit back and sort of stare at it.
Is everyone else waiting for staring at the invitation, waiting for something to happen?
I mean, everyone who's not looking at a computer screen, I bet.
Probably. And then if nothing happens, I'm like, all right, well, maybe we should go back to that apartment and drop it off there.
I just love the scene of everyone like staring at the envelope, waiting for something to happen.
Not even the envelope. I messed up the envelope. The envelope's in a trash can in the park. This is just the invitation. Like I flipped it open, wrote that in there, folded it back closed, and like carefully set it down on the table, and then just kind of like, okay. And
okay, everyone roll a sanity check.
Seriously?
Awesome.
Oh no, that's a Call of Cthulhu joke. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
it's also an Unknown Armies joke, but I didn't want anyone to actually roll, which is why I called it by the wrong name. So you guys are heading out?
Well, assuming nothing happened.
I don't really have maybe one person could come with me. There's not a lot of room.
As you're heading out the door, the thing that everyone doesn't get a chance to see is the screen changes the view on Ian's computer. It says, Namanon, input request. So you guys are traveling.
Cool.
So you guys are traveling. Ian, it sounds like you're doing a predictive modeling. That was the plan?
I guess so. Yeah.
Cool. We get to see what this does.
So yeah, he'll probably like on the drive over, he's got the invitation on the scanner and he's scanning that in.
I assume you're asking someone else to drive for you so you can run all the equipment.
I guess.
So who's the person you asked to drive while you run the thing?
I probably just hold my keys up. Someone want to drive while
I think I probably follow behind in my car. And say maybe Isco should go with you to get, like, if you have surveillance tech in your scanner mobile or something.
Well, it's also my invitation.
Yeah, it's your invitation. I can be hooking you into the machine while you're driving. Take some readings off you.
When you say hooking me into the machine, like putting electrodes on my head or something like that, or what?
Yeah, probably.
Like I trust you, but this is not a thing. This is not a thing we've done before. So I'm like, oh, is this so that you can? Are you gonna want me to wear these when I go to dinner?
No, this is just.
I think they'll notice them.
This is just to check out this invitation.
Okay. Is everything normal so far?
No, none of this is normal.
No, I mean like my brainwaves and my vital signs, are they? What are you looking at there?
Oh yeah, no, you're a very healthy young man. You're in good condition.
Okay, all right, okay.
Honestly, I think I should make a self-check about realizing that none of this is normal. This is actually relevant to your identities. Wait a second. We are not normal people anymore. So yeah, I'm gonna have both of you guys roll notice, because that is totally one of those moments where you realize you're not who you thought you were.
Cool. I got a 43.
Go ahead and give yourself a hardened on notice.
Self. Self, yes.
Yes.
And I got a 26.
Give yourself a hardened on notice. I'm sorry, on self. By the way, that's one of my favorite things about Unknown Armies is when players give themselves trauma checks. Okay, so Ian should go ahead and roll for his predictive modeling. And after that, I think we'll take our break.
Okay. I rolled a 6.
So a very mild success, but so you get a hunch and some vague insight as to what's going on. I think the result of your system is error element, quote, sue this dinosaur does not exist.
Okay. I mean, I'm trying to think how the results come out now. I think there's a. Yeah, it goes through.
I think that's actually the result of what you project up. Like it doesn't, the computer system doesn't give you an error. It gives you the message, error element sue the dinosaur does not exist.
Right.
So the system definitely processed the information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think I'm showing that to everyone and explaining, like, yeah, this is the result. It didn't. When it says error, it didn't crash mid processing or anything. That's our answer.
Are we talking about Sue the dinosaur, like the skeleton of the T-Rex in the Chicago Natural History Museum? Because that Sue, I think, still exists.
I think it's talking about the one with the top hat.
Okay, I'm pretty sure the one in the Natural History Museum doesn't have a top hat.
When was the last time you were in Chicago?
Point.
So let's take 5 minutes. Let people do, take a bio break or whatever they need. Before I do, is there anything anyone would like to address? Excellent. So let's see everyone back around 35 after. So while we're waiting for other people to get back, I just realized a couple of days ago how creepy my February game schedule looks like. So I'm running this, obviously. I'm also playing in Bedlam Hall. And I'm playing a 2-shot of Bluebeard's Bride.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm going to be doing a web LARP for a game called First Time Caller, Last Time Listener, or something like that. No, Long Time Listener, Last Time Caller. It's about a talk show at the end of the world, or radio show at the end of the world.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, the first Gauntlet game I played was Bedlam Hall, actually. Just a few months ago.
It's interesting. I think sometimes it feels a little hard to know what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I feel that. I was a little bit confused myself by the role secrets we're supposed to play.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, I could only make it to one session of that, so didn't get to figure it out.
Fair enough. Okay, so you guys are arriving at this apartment building.
So I think I park not directly near it, and like a couple blocks away, so I can walk up separate and just as a precaution, This is Isco's show, after all.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna walk up to the I'll go walking up to the building.
Mm-hmm.
And I presume this is like a high-end fancy place with like a doorman and stuff like this and everything.
Well, that's what you remember. The funny thing is when you walk, this is one of those historic, buildings in Minneapolis. You remember there being a doorman, but you walk in and
like there's no one at the desk or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
And actually, it's like the front door is supposed to be locked, but the lock is broken.
Okay.
And there's no doorman here. There's no rich carpet and wooden nice wooden desk for the doorman.
Okay.
It's just an old apartment building.
All right. Is there a buzzer where I can buzz that apartment, or do I have to like walk up or take the elevator to get up there?
There's the elevator.
Okay. Into the elevator. Whatever, floor 9 or whatever that I was on before, and up I go.
Yeah, this elevator, not even as nice as the service elevator you remember from last time.
Okay.
So you're going up there alone?
I think that's kind of everyone said off I go.
Okay.
So off I go.
Yeah. So you find the apartment. It actually has tape over the door that says condemned.
Okay. Sure it does. So I stare at that for a second. And I just take the invitation and I slide it under the door.
The door just kind of creaks open. It was never actually latched.
Okay. Then kind of push it all the way open, do that thing where I like duck and step over so that, the two pieces of tape, I don't break them as I kind of slide between them.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, it's dark in here. There's no lights. this was not the nice apartment that you saw before. This place has been gutted. You see roaches.
Phone light on the phone.
Yeah, this place is empty. Like even like wiring has been ripped out of the walls. There is one wall that is fully intact, and on it is a crudely drawn dinosaur, T-Rex skeleton with a top hat, holding up some type of like chop, like lamb chop, and a speech bubble that says "Sue lives."
I'm gonna snap a picture of that. And I say, and and I kind of stare at it for a minute, and I go, Sue? Okay, it was worth a try. And and I literally said it to myself out loud, like it was worth a try. And I think I'm just gonna walk downstairs dejected, holding the invitation. like I come out of the elevator and I like walk back to the car and I'm like, it was empty and someone had spray painted a Sue the Dinosaur graffiti there and it said Sue lives, but the whole place was ransacked.
Yeah. Sue lives, not according to my calculations.
Maybe your future just hasn't taken place yet.
I mean, if they stole your hoodie, they probably want some kind of mystic connection to you, you know. That's how these things often work.
What? Can they
Laura
do something?
is
Can they do
frankly
something
surprised that this is not common. Like you haven't figured this out yet.
Ian and Miguel know exactly what Laura's talking about here.
Can they do something to me because they have the hoodie?
This is basic stuff, Isco.
It's not basic because I don't. Okay. Look, Miss Portois, you know a lot about this stuff. I'm really new to it, and I really want to learn it. But sometimes it's gonna freak me out. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought maybe they could find out something about me because they had it, but I didn't know can they make my brain explode or something? Or
it's not that easy.
It's not like is it like a voodoo doll or something like that?
That's about as close as I wouldn't worry about it too much, but just we need to proceed with caution.
Well, we always need to do that, don't we?
Pistols are much better at making brains explode than sweaters.
Okay.
Yeah,
and those already existed.
Okay.
It's not great that they have it, but
I'm still trying to figure out how they got into my apartment.
We were just talking about magic like 2 seconds ago.
No, I know they. No, sorry. I mean, what exactly do they do?
That I don't know.
So it's not like just one thing.
It's not ever that simple.
Okay. So in the meantime, what do I do about this?
Just hold on to it, I guess. See if they get back in touch.
Okay. I mean, I wrote on it and okay. All right.
I mean, since we don't know when this is happening, we need to be ready for it to happen at any time, right?
So I'm worried about my grandmother. Like, if they're going to come for me, I don't want to be home when they do that.
have a lot more room at my place now. It's not a big place, but
Professor Brandt, I would really appreciate it. Like I don't need much. If I can just get a bag of clothes from my house, I'll couch surf at your place until this is all over, and I'll pick up some groceries and I'll cook and I can clean the place up for you.
Really, you don't want to try to angle to maybe couch surf at Miguel's place?
Good Lord, no. Sorry, out of character? No way. I'm not going to suggest that. I'm not going to come out and I'm not going. Sorry, pardon the phrase. I'm not going to come out and suggest that.
Just checking.
I just no, because I mean, like very explicitly, what I did was I said, "Hey, everybody, here's a problem I have."
Yeah.
And then the professor was the one that stepped up. So okay, so there we are.
I'm just trying to address your crush that that's going on there.
My silent, unrequited crush that I'm terribly ashamed of. That one. Yeah. Okay. All right. So. Professor Brandt, thank you so much. I'll cook for you. Let me just stop by my apartment and grab some stuff, and then I'm exhausted. I don't know about you.
Okay. I mean, is the next thing that I was thinking was going to happen was the art show, but I get the feeling that Ian might want to do something in the meantime.
And there's kind of two things. One is we want to be able to set up ISCO so that we can monitor him when he goes to this event that he's been invited to, which could happen anytime. So we need to get ready for that, as soon as possible, and then get back to my computer and those surveys and nom and figure out what's going on with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do the nom thing real quick. We'll figure out the surveillance thing later.
Okay.
So when you get back, you see on your screen the list of surveys are gone, and it says Nomenon, enter your request, and just a blank text box with a submit key.
Okay. So interesting. I mean, I want information, but there's like too many too many questions right now. I would want everyone's input on it, to be honest.
Let's just say you can get everyone's input over text.
Yeah, if I just message everyone and I think I just list like, let's make the list, right? There's Sue the dinosaur, there's the artist, what's his name?
Joey Nitro.
There's Joey Nitro.
What's the deal with this tarot card I've got?
The tarot cards.
That's something we've been curious about for a little while too.
Okay, so Sue the dinosaur, Joey Nitro, Tarot. What else is on the list? Anything else? Are those the main ones?
I mean, your whole like weird survey thing.
Yeah, I mean,
you could
I don't
ask
know how you.
You could
I don't think
Nomenon about
ask Nomenon about Nomenon. Yeah, that was.
That's an odd one to ask.
Yeah, I was gonna not have that be the first thing I ask him. If I asked Nomenon about Nomenon, it would just be like, "Can I trust you?"
And they would probably say yes.
The answer to that is always yes.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's not that useful. So of those other three,
I mean, the Sue the dinosaur seems the most present thing to think about.
I mean, it's the one that feels more threatening. I feel like.
Well, I mean, Joey Nitro did blow up a mall. And by a mall, I mean the mall.
Yeah. I don't personally feel as threatened by him, though. He hasn't directed any of that towards any of us.
It's true.
So maybe leave him off for the moment.
I'm pretty sure he would not be happy if he found out we were ignoring him.
He's on the list. He's on the list. So I don't know. Isco, I mean, you're in the room with me, I guess. Do you have any?
So like we're back at your apartment, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, like while you're talking and like running through all this and talking to them, I'm doing your dishes. Like I come in, I drop my bag next to the couch, and I go into the kitchen, and like I realize I we just blew out of there, so I didn't have a chance to clean whatever the couple of pans that I used to prepare dinner, and I like tackle the sink full of dishes along with it. So as we're talking, I'm cleaning and stacking and drying and all this kind of stuff very efficiently. Clean stuff first, dirty stuff last. How that goes. And I say, Professor Brandt, you're way smarter at any of these things than I am. So I'm not sure. I mean, I'm happy to do whatever you think I need to do, but I don't have any knowledge about how this works.
I don't even know if we could trust this guy. May be a waste of time, but
was there? I mean, I guess the question that I keep turning around in my head is: there anything about that particular hoodie they stole? Did it matter that it was that one, or?
Good to ask the question: who stole the hoodie?
So have I gotten any replies from Laura and Miguel, or am I still waiting for their replies?
I mean, I think we gave you replies. That was my understanding.
Yeah, it sounds like everyone's letting you make the decision here.
Yeah. Okay.
So just choose something. What does Ian most want to know or request of Namana?
I think he just because it's the response that he got from his last. It was like error, sue the dinosaur. Not what was it? Not
Element
whatever,
does not exist.
Element does not exist. I think he just puts that in.
So what's your request?
The question is, yeah, yeah. What is Sue the Dinosaur, or whatever the name is?
It comes up with a list. It says, please answer one of the following. And it's questions about Sue the dinosaur's height, Sue the dinosaur's weight, Sue the dinosaur's age. They're all like requests for something numeric. How many parking violations does Sue the dinosaur have? What year did Sue the dinosaur graduate high school?
So is this like one of those surveys where, depending on the answers you put in, it gives you a different? Is this like a thing to determine, like how big a fan of Sue the dinosaur we are, or something like that?
I have no idea. I don't have answers for any of this. I mean, that's
okay. So
how tall was Sue the dinosaur?
And I say, I think I can answer a couple of these. I mean, if Sue the dinosaur is the actual dinosaur that I saw when I was there.
All right.
And I guess, I mean, like if this is going to help us, then can we just make answers up?
Let's answer them the best we. Let's answer them the best we can. Yeah.
Okay. So so now, like in the cartoons, Sue's a T-Rex, but the Sue I saw was like a velociraptor. It was only about 12 feet long. So how tall? 12 feet.
As soon as you type in 12 feet, the screen changes and it says processing, processing, processing. Number of people who believe in Sue the dinosaur, 12 and a third.
So like it gives back that answer?
Yep.
Okay. I say, well, I believe in Sue the dinosaur because I saw Sue the dinosaur.
12 and a third. Can we get a list of those 12 and a third?
Screen for inputs is gone. It's back to the surveys.
So can we call the can you get that survey back? Like you found it from a search, right? Can I just like click the back arrow button on the browser.
It goes back to a list of possible surveys to take.
Sue the dinosaur.
There are no surveys called Sue the dinosaur currently.
Yeah, I mean, I probably try to navigate back to the special section if it's there.
Yeah, every time you try to repeat the steps, it just gives you more lists of surveys to take.
Okay. So 12 and a third. How do we find out who the other 11 and a third people are?
We don't find it out tonight. I'm going to sleep.
Okay. All right. What time do you usually get up?
I probably have work the next day, right? Like,
because I have to be at the restaurant at
I'm going to cut it off. We don't
5.
We don't need to go over the minutia of what your roommate relationship is with each other.
No. So like basically like gist of it is when you roll out, so like what I'm saying is I'm probably up gone out of the house well before you're out of bed. But so like this is the thing where like when you get up, there's like there's like a sandwich, there's like a really good sandwich there, like wrapped in plastic wrap, like stuck in the fridge for you to have for lunch, and a note that says I'll pick up groceries, and that's what you wake up to. And I'm gone. I'm off to work.
Okay. Well, so I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because we don't need to play through the next couple of days. So yeah, Miguel, you know that this is an open show for Joey Nitro. It's pretty well talked about, but only among avant-garde circles. So it's probably going to be crowded, but not like exclusive. Joey Nitro does not do by invitation only events.
Right. So, okay. Yeah, I've already made arrangements to let all the people who are on the short list should show up if they should show up. Definitely, I mean, Laura's coming, I'm sure.
Is Isco and Ian planning on coming?
It's weird. I think I let them decide if they want to show up or not, since it's not an invitation only thing.
This is an art gallery I like to hang out at, so I might have been planning on
You're showing up anyways.
showing up anyway. Yeah.
He's a college professor, and this is free wine and cheese.
Cool. Yeah.
And if I'm invited, then I'll go.
Yeah, I'll tell you like we're gonna do this thing, and you can definitely come. So.
Okay, great. Yeah, no, I like art.
Did you tell Gary Shaw he should show up?
Probably not after that freak out. Because considering one of the requirements was being able to hold their own.
All right. So, so you guys show up at the art gallery. It looks like there are a pile of double-decker bikes. I don't know if you've ever seen them. It's basically people cut a bike apart and then weld it upside down on top of another bike, so you get a double tall bike. There's a pile of them that that have been kind of like thrown on either side of the street. And it looks like there's some broken chains around. You get the feeling like Joey Nitro set up something to stop traffic around this art venue, and the police came by and basically tore it down.
Yeah. Awesome. So I kind of like look at all of that stuff sort of skeptically, and I just turn to whoever's with me and I'm like, why would you even want a that makes no sense.
So yeah, it's decently crowded here. There's several people. You eventually do spot Erica Fisher.
Cool.
Actually, it looks like she's talking to that maniac Joey Nitro.
Awesome. So I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you actually get to see her come up to him, and they greet each other, and he actually takes her hand and kisses her finger, very exaggerated.
Mm-hmm. I watched the conversation just a little bit before like coming up and maybe giving them just a little bit of time and then surveying to see if I can find any of the other people I invited here. And then like probably after that, I'm going to go up to Miss Fisher and Joey Nitro just coming together, just saying, hey, I'm here. Just to like introduce, to let her know that I'm here and that I know at least one person who's here, Laura. Whenever you want to talk, just let me know, and I'll try to bring people up to you, and you can meet them and talk with them, and so on.
Okay. Does anyone else have a plan for the evening?
I think I'm just here to wine and dine, as somebody on the short list. The usual.
Mm-hmm.
So my plan is to essentially probably not introduce Laura first, maybe introduce somebody else, and then kind of see how that goes and see what the process is, like what things are going on, and then maybe introduce Laura a little bit later.
Okay. Isco, Ian, do you have anything in particular you were looking to do?
I am looking to stand in a corner, feeling terribly underdressed with my like black jeans and black turtleneck, when everyone else is probably in like, nice formal wear and stuff like this, I imagine well, maybe except for Joey Nitro.
Mm-hmm.
But I assume this is like a shirt and tie, like, cocktail dress kind of affair.
I mean, it's a lot of people are dressed nice, but there are also people who just showed up off the street. So.
Okay, cool. So then I'm not. So then I'm not like some huge sore thumb or anything like that. But I don't know anything about this stuff. So like I'm interested in some of the actual art,
Mm-hmm.
and if there is anything that I think. So like, I mean, you probably have a sense of the kind of art someone who's super into tattoos would gravitate towards.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's anything like that, I'm gonna kind of camp out near the stuff that is whatever, like the thing that looks like, like some kind of sharply delineated black and white, line drawing pattern, or if there are, surreal S. Clay Williams type, the bizarre paintings or whatever. But like I'm more interested in that stuff.
Yeah, so Joey Nitro definitely is a street artist, but he does do a variety of styles. He does do some things that are pretty Banksy.
It just occurred to me to ask, does Joey Nitro have tattoos?
You can go up and talk to him about tattoos.
So if I'm not gonna so I don't ever walk up to someone and just go, hey, do you have a tattoo? Like, because that's super lame. But if I see he's got ink, especially if it's unique or weird, and he's showing it off in public, like with tattoo people, like if you're showing it, that's like permission to ask about it.
Yeah. So you were not there when people encountered Joey Nitro.
Yeah.
So if you want to see if he has tattoos, you'll have to interact with him. Because
I mean, sure.
Yeah, he's wearing long sleeves right now at an art gallery. So,
but he's got no visible, like he doesn't have anything coming up his neck or
what I'm saying is the venue is crowded enough that you won't be able to tell
I can't tell from across the room. Got it.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I'll make my way over towards him because I'm kind of curious because he's this crazy street artist dude.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious whether he's got any.
So yeah, he's talking to this very well-to-do looking African American woman. If you want to know what she looks like, she's listed under Erica Fisher on the NPC list.
Oh, okay, cool.
And yeah, they're chatting a conversation. they're actually talking about a funeral that must have occurred at some point. And it sounds like they're catching up on things, and kind of what's happened after that funeral between the two of them.
Okay, I am like actively trying to sort of not kind of parse what they're saying because I'm not interested in eavesdropping on them. But
really?
Yeah, really. No, really, I'm not interested in eavesdropping on these two people who I don't know. But like I am going to get close enough to Joey to see if I can see if he's got any crazy piercings, or like I said, like if there's indication that there's like ink coming up, like if he's got a T-shirt that drops to here and I can see he's got whatever, a couple of phoenix wings on his chest or something like that, or whatever it is, then yeah.
Yeah, you do see that there's like a red line that comes up and like splinters here, and looks like another one going up on the back of his neck.
That's awesome.
They're very like straight angles.
Yeah, no. So like I will politely wait until he finishes his conversation with the nice lady.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
And then I'll say, "Hey, man, can I don't want to interrupt, but can I ask you about your ink?"
Oh, yeah, no, it's the Metro Transit.
It's the Metro Transit, like the train line.
Yeah.
Does it go does it go all the way down? Like, did you get the whole? Did you have the whole map on you?
Oh, it goes down the whole body. Now that there's only 2 train lines right now.
Yeah.
But he's saying it's going across his whole body.
Okay. I'm like.
As a matter of fact, there's not a red line.
Okay.
There's a blue and a green.
Okay. So, who did your ink?
Oh shit! I know this guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Because and I go.
You remember Indigo? And the woman's just like, ugh. She was a mess. I don't know how I don't know how you got along with Indigo.
Well, if she can do ink like that, I'd put up with a lot with someone who could draw like that. That's, oh man, and like across the neck like that. That is, and I say, do you mind? And I kind of like look around the back of his head, and I'm like, oh man, she went right over the vertebrae. That must have that I haven't had the stones to get that done yet.
Hey, what's a little pain for what's important to you?
Yeah. I completely agree. Is that all? Is that your only ink? Is the map, the train map?
Yeah.
That's cool. Thanks. I appreciate it. I saw it. I thought it looked cool.
Hey, what's your name?
It's Isco.
Good to meet you. Hey, what do you think of this one? And he takes you to this big installation.
Okay.
And it's like a paddock fence, and with a nice little white tag that says "The Sheep."
Okay.
And inside is like little like metal, four-legged creatures, and the heads are TV sets. And on the TV sets, there's images of the streets, and you see Miguel like interacting with something in the street, but you can't see what. But it looks like Miguel's like acting really weird there.
Like Miguel's on the TV?
Yeah, it's like from behind, but it's definitely Miguel.
Okay. And I kind of look at that, and I mean,
there's other of the sheep have different things, but
so like I glance at it, I take note of that, and then I say to him, I don't know, man, like it's so easy to make fun of TV. It doesn't seem like
No. The TVs are just the medium. The art is the reactions.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I get it, but this installation stuff never really did all that much for me. I'm sorry. I'm more into um I'm more into body art.
Look, I get it. Um, I've known some flesh workers before. I totally know that. How deep people go with that shit. But for me, it's not art unless uh, all of the art is about the reaction, the response people have, and that's the important thing. And that's what this is all about. I mean, sure, I could spend 10 hours, tagging a wall and making it the best fucking tag in the world, but that means nothing compared to the emotions that the people in the city get when they see that.
So, okay, so how many people have to react for it to be art?
Uh,
And and I'm like, and I smile and nod, and I'm like I basically agree with him. Like who the fuck knows, So, and I go, and I just say, I say, thanks, Johnny. You're a weird dude, but man, I like that tattoo.
right
on.
on.
Shake hands with him, and I'm gonna go find Miguel.
So Miguel,
And if
there
you
is
cut away from me to do some other people.
there is definitely Chris Wing with his husband Chuck. I put a picture of Chuck up, and they're admiring a piece. It looks like it got half cut off, but it's one of those steel pull down doors that like you would see on a loading dock. It was tagged, but it looks like Joey Nitro did the whole piece going across the door frame, and he only bought the steel sliding part of the door. So like half the art is missing on this. But they're discussing it, and they're actually thinking of buying it.
Yeah, and I look at it, I'm like, it's an interesting piece.
These Chuck's like, it's so interesting. Like owning a piece like this means that somewhere out there is the second half, and it will never be complete. But at the same time, it's got a connection to somewhere else.
Yeah, it's definitely something that'll make you think of somewhere else every time you look at that piece of art. Which maybe that's the point. Chris, you ready to go meet Miss Fisher?
Absolutely.
All right, come this way. And I kind of like wander around and like flag, kind of like find Miss Fisher and flag her down and like kind of walk over to her. Hey, so Miss Fisher, this is Chris Wang. Chris Wang, Miss Fisher. He is, what did we say, Chris Wang? Like he's a pretty high-powered exec. He runs X company that I don't remember if we ever decided what it was.
Yeah, former CEO of Initech.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, like blah, blah, blah. Here are his credentials. I'll let you guys have a moment to talk, and then like I kind of like step back a little bit to maybe like go talk with Chuck so that he's not like sitting there staring at the conversation while they're conversing.
Yeah, Chuck's a pretty interesting guy. He's it sounds like he was a whistleblower and had a huge payoff, and has spent the last 15 years just going from one adventure to the next.
Cool. Yeah. So I think we just sit there talking around and maybe wandering around the art. Both of us probably at different times, occasionally glancing back at the conversation, trying to make it so that we're not watching we're both looking at it, but not making it so that we're not looking like we're constantly watching it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at some point you do catch that Erica Fisher is taking Chris's contact information.
Cool. Yeah, and like I think I noticed that eventually, like it probably winds down. I would assume that they're like after they break up. The way I would assume the whole operation would go is that they would have their conversation, they'd shake hands or whatever, and finish it, and then because me and Chuck were wandering around relatively close in sight, that Chris would probably come back up to us at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like when he walks back up to us, I'm like, "So, how did it go? What did like?" Everything seemed, it looked like a fairly good conversation from what we could tell over here.
Mm-hmm. He's like, I nailed it, of course.
Of course. I mean, that's what you were going to do.
Yeah. I guess only thing left is to drink some nice wine and maybe buy some art.
That sounds like a splendid plan. I'm sure if you look for anything, maybe you'll find something better than that other piece that you found. But there's plenty of interesting things around in this exhibit. I've noticed quite a few interesting pieces so far.
So, Ian, what are you up to during the gallery?
I don't think Ian had any specific plans. He's probably just checking out the exhibit.
Yeah, so you're taking a look at a piece. It's this is actually one of the rare pieces that's on canvas. It's one of the trains from the light rail flying off the tracks and becoming a giant dragon head. It's a lot more it's a little bit different because it doesn't seem to be having an actual statement to it. It's just like, this is a badass train becoming a dragon. But as you're like taking a look at it, someone standing next to you is like, I don't know, I think it's all shit.
Really? All of it?
You turn around. It's an African American gentleman with a nice blazer, and there's something wrong with one of his eyes. Nice fuck. Joey Nitroing about being an artist. Being an artist is just an excuse for him to do other shit.
Like, what do you mean other shit? Like what?
Get his rocks off, if you know what I mean. It floats his boat.
Just the art itself or the attention he gets for it? I'm not sure I follow.
Ain't important anyways.
I mean, do you not like art? Or just not interested in his?
I mean, his art could be interesting if it had a bit more, I don't know, something to it.
So, are you here for something else then?
Yeah, I'm just choosing my moment. I know he's going to say no, but I have an invitation for him. you know how it goes. You gotta at least try. Around then, Joey Nitro heads over and he's like, Emmett, you piece of shit, get the fuck out of here. It's like, hey, look, I'm just trying to extend it. I don't want to hear it. Get the fuck out of here, or I'm going to rip you apart.
I think I'm backing away. I don't want to get caught in the crossfire.
Look, they're having an argument. I'm not going to just have a one-sided argument with myself.
Yeah, I think I don't want to I don't actually know this guy. I was just.
It's becoming more and more noticeable that this Emmett guy and Joey Nitro are arguing in the middle of their in the middle of the studio. So it's starting, it's starting to draw everyone's attention.
Yeah, I'm looking for Isco because this guy matches the description of the guy he ran into. So I want him to. Confirm or deny that this is the same guy.
So is there enough commotion that I've noticed what's going on, and I see the guy that was in my apartment the other day?
Yep.
Okay.
Different jacket, same guy.
Okay, so I kind of like insistently, kind of elbow my way through the crowd and come up on them, and I'm just I grab him by the arm, and I'm gonna be like, hey, you gave me an invitation but no way to answer it.
Fuck, you're not. Joey Nitro chimes in. You're not planning on taking him up on his bullshit. You don't want to get involved with his shit show.
And I say, and I kind of go, and I stop, and I go, what do you know about it?
Look, this guy is nothing but bad news.
You're probably right, but
Emmett responds, the news has changed.
And I say to Nitro, you're probably right, but look, do we have to do this right here, right now?
He's on my turf. He, when he ain't supposed to be. Get the fuck out.
You don't own the gallery, I don't think, do you?
They both just kind of look at you like you just said something really dumb.
Okay. So, question from the player: who does own the gallery?
You're not entirely sure.
Okay, so I'm waving to Miguel and Ms. Partois, and I'm like, hey, come here.
I'd sort of approach Isco to see what's going on.
This is him. This is the one that was in my apartment and gave me the invitation. I say, pointing at the dude with the lazy eye.
Are you going to accept then?
Of course, yeah. I want my hoodie back.
Excellent. Arrangements will be made. Wait, hoodie?
My hoodie that you took. My tattoo conference hoodie. My favorite hoodie.
Hey, I take exception to that. I am not a thief. No, you're just someone who gets off on fucking up everyone's day.
Then who took my hoodie?
That is not my concern. Well, obviously, Joey, you are declining. Isco, you are accepting. I only have one more invitation to deliver. And it says Miss Fisher on the envelope.
So where do I go?
Arrangements will be made.
That's what you said last time. Are you really going to make the arrangements this time?
I never said it. You did not agree last time. This time, yes, arrangements will be made. I am not in charge of when and where Sue will show up.
And that's the point where I just kind of throw my hands up and I like turn around and walk away.
Miss Fisher, Erica Fisher is just like, takes the envelope, get out of here before you cause more trouble. And he just puts up his arms up and leaves. So, how do people respond?
But when I say this is where I throw my arms up and leave, this is where I throw my arms up and leave.
Oh, you leave the whole gallery?
Like I'm gonna go outside and get some air, I think is what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna let the people that know about this occult stuff deal with this occult stuff right now. Like I'm just frustrated right now.
Like, I'm not really sure how I would react to those two interacting. You know what? I probably interject with Laura, like as the next interview, to just like come up and say, like, try to diffuse the situation and like, hey, I don't know what's going on, but like, I think a couple of people are noticing like that things are getting heated over here. And like, cause we just see Isco storming off, and I just talked to Miss Fisher and like, look, maybe this isn't the right time, but I was just going to bring up another person. Laura, what's your last name?
Parfois.
Parfois.
I don't remember my own last name. Okay.
Yeah, so like this is Laura Partois. She's here. She's one of the candidates. And like she's right now at a small or a medium-sized investing firm, but she's looking to move up or whatever. And I just like go on and give the credentials.
Yeah. Erica says, I don't need to know the credentials now, but if this is, if this was enough to rattle her, then we already know the answer of whether or not she'll be a fit. So, go on.
Is she addressing me directly?
No, I assume that you were going up to Erica Fisher before bringing Laura over.
No. I was bringing Laura up with her.
Okay, so in that case, yeah, you start going through her credentials, and she's like, I can read credentials later.
Right. Well, I'm just gonna be over here. Enjoy yourselves. I'm gonna look at some more
art. Patois, and she asks you in French, do you have French ancestry?
Mais oui. And I answer in French, which I will spare you all from my real life French for the moment. But yes, and I talk about how my mother was from Nevers. She was a seamstress. Moved here with my father in the let's see, how old am I? Yeah, let's see if I'm.
You don't have to get
in the 50s, we'll say, and that kind of thing. Yeah, I've spoken French my whole life.
Yeah. She switches over to Thai and asks you a follow-up question.
I think I'm able to keep up, actually.
You speak Thai as well?
Oh, did you say I misheard you? I thought you said Italian for some reason.
No.
Speak Thai. Um, probably not. I don't know why she would have ever had like another romance language, maybe, but just like in East Asian language or South Asian language, probably not.
How do you respond?
I respond. Let's see. I think you and I both know that I don't know how to speak that language, but I assure you I'm a very fast study.
Now, why would I ever need a regional manager to speak Thai?
I don't think you do.
So, why do you want this position?
Well, let's see. Because I think it is a way that I can guide the people of Milwaukee to make the right choice. And if that coincides with your company making a little bit more money, that's fine by me.
Now, are you blowing smoke up my ass? How much of that is true?
Every word.
Oh, now I know you must be blowing smoke up my ass, or you're looking for something in particular.
I was recommended to you. I mean, I think we both have an excellent trust in Miguel's capabilities. I can fit in pretty much anywhere. And I think I actually repeat then with like the exact same pronunciation, the phrase of Thai that she said, just to be like, like that doesn't bother me. None of the stuff. I mean, I think because of my hearted notches and stuff, like I don't think any of the stuff that's gone on here has bothered me really at all. It's just
Yeah, no, she's definitely trying to rattle you a little bit.
But I don't think this is the first boss who has been tough on me and is sort of like, especially as a woman in particular, who in a management position. Like this is by far one of the least intimidating job interviews I've had, probably, realistically speaking.
So how far will you go for this job?
As far as is necessary.
Okay. Let's put this to the test. She takes out a notepad and she writes some instructions, hands it to you.
Okay, take a look.
Have these done by follow these instructions to the letter by midnight, and then give me a call.
I put it in. I have like a very elegant purse. I just put it in. I take a quick look and give her a nod and raise my glass, and I walk away. And I'm gonna go take a closer look at this list in private, I think.
Okay. It says buy an authentic bowler hat. Go to the nearest cat shelter. Buy a cat. Go drive 13 miles outside of the city. Scream at the top of your lungs at the moon. Go 20 miles in the other direction. Take the cat, strangle it to death.
Now, Do I have any reason to believe that this is some kind of... Well, I mean, besides like the obvious weirdness of it, does Laura have any reason to believe that this might be some kind of ritual?
It sounds like it could be a ritual. It also sounds like it could be just a bunch of weird shit.
Let's see. I don't have
I'm
very
going to let
many...
you think about this.
Yeah. It's like me, the player, obviously would not do this, but I'll have to give it some thought here.
So, Miguel, you see Sandra come into the door. Her hair is not made up. She is wearing a soccer jersey, and she looks a little bit sweaty.
Yeah, I walk over to her and I meet her, and I kind of like thank her for coming in, and I'm like, you need a moment, like you just got here, don't worry about it, like you're not late, like things have been going on, just take a moment, breathe.
She's like, look, where is this Erica Fisher? I'm ready right now. So she is basically going right in against the grain for you. She has not put herself together. She has obviously just come from something, and she's insisting that she's ready for the damn interview.
Look, all right, you've got a hunger for this. Let's see how this goes. And so like I look over and probably at this time like catch seeing that Laura and Miss Fisher like are splitting up and like going their different ways. And I'm like, all right, right this way. And like I just lead her over to Miss Fisher. And
so Miss Fisher shakes Sandra's hand and she says immediately, "You smell like you just came out of an oven." And Sandra's like, "Yep. Waitress called in sick in the St. Paul location, and the oven needed a good cleaning. I made sure it got done."
I just kind of nod at Miss Fisher and then at Sandra, and I'm like, shrug, and I'm like, I'll leave you to be, and I just like step away.
So you keep an eye on this meeting. You don't know if Erica is about to punch Sandra in the face or crack up laughing.
That's probably a good place to be.
Yeah. At one point, they both crack up laughing, and then you see Miss Fisher write something down, hand it to Sandra. Sandra looks at it, rips it up, and throws her wine in Miss Fisher's face. Miss Fisher responds by giving her a card and says, I'll be in touch."
Awesome. Cool. I kind of like watch, like I'm assuming Sandra at that point just sort of like walks for the door and leaves.
Yeah,
right?
Sandra, that it looks like that got under Sandra's skin.
Right. So like I'll follow Sandra and kind of like try to check in with her.
What is that crazy bitch?
What was that?
What's with that crazy bitch?
She's a bit eccentric. She knows what she wants and is putting some people like asking some strange questions.
I mean, she acts as if I'm the shit, and then she says, "Hey, I'm sure you're willing to do this, but just as a formality, why don't you go ahead and take care of this list of things to do?" And she fucking wanted me to burn down a school.
Yeah, that seems a bit strange. I think Your reaction was appropriate.
Yeah, but it sounds like she's still fucking interested. Should I still be interested?
I don't know. This is a job where she's looking for people who want to be who want to have initiative and want to have control over the area, but are kind of their own thing. And I think maybe the way I would look at that is that was a test. She wants to know whether or not you're willing to tell management, her, that no, your requests aren't reasonable. You don't know this region. You don't know what's going on. This is what needs to happen. But she might be making more strange requests of you if you do take that job. And you have to be willing to know what you can and cannot do and tell her, no, this is what I can do. This is what I can do for you. And maybe to give her the hard news of like, no, this thing is not doing as well as you would hope it would be doing.
Fuck, I gotta think about it, okay?
Okay. Think about it. She seemed happy, but who knows? It's ultimately your decision on whether or not you want to work there or not. Just realize I don't think she would ask you and present that list without a reason. And I don't expect that working for her is going to be any different than what you would get from those types of things. And if that is really going to frustrate you, maybe it isn't the best fit, but maybe it's the right level of freedom that you need to really succeed.
It sounds like you're trying to make a roll for corporate headhunter.
Sure. Let's do it.
Are you trying to evaluate if her helplessness, or are you trying to coerce her helplessness?
What does coerce her helplessness mean?
It means you force her to make a check against helplessness, or do what you say, or do what you want. It's the go aggro.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what am I actually trying to do.
Or you could just be lying to her. That's the other thing you can do as a corporate headhunter.
Yeah, because like ultimately what I really want is I want Laura to get the job. But I want her, like, I still want to be like on good relations with Sandra, because even if I don't want her to get this job, I still want to be able to use her to hire, like, go somewhere else.
It sounds like this is a coerce, in that you're trying to make her feel like if she takes the job, she'll be in a helpless position.
Sure. Okay, I'm down with that. All right, so I got a 65, so I have to roll underneath a 65.
That is correct.
As soon as this reloads, because... All right, there we go. Reroll selected. Oh, yeah, that's not under 65.
Okay.
That is a 91.
Ooh. She's like, yeah, I'll think about it. And she heads home.
Okay. Cool. I just kind of like watch her leave for a moment and just like sigh and shake my head for a moment. Like take a breath of air since like we're standing outside before I like turn around and like head back in. But that was like the last of the short list that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I think I have made my decision as well.
Cool. Let's cut to that.
Yeah.
So I go back up to Miss Fisher, and I have the little, card with the instructions, and I basically shove it into her face. I'm like, "This, we don't need to do this." Okay.
Excuse me?
Look, I have a feeling, and I think that your reaction soon is going to be right, that you and I both have a pretty good idea of how the world really works. All right? And what you need is somebody who understands that, and somebody who understands that is not going to do any of your crazy gutter magic bullshit without any like indication of what that will actually do. I can help you. I
Gutter
can,
magic.
whatever you want to call it, whatever you think you're doing, I have got the goods to help your company succeed. Maybe I get a little bit out of that too. Of course, it's a productive working relationship, but no more games like this.
Interesting. So we're having that conversation.
We are having that conversation.
All right. Who are you?
My name is Laura Partois.
Who are you trying to be?
I am trying to be the person that sends you on the path to success.
No. What are you trying to be?
I don't see the reason I'm pausing. I don't think Laura has ever actually named this to herself.
She does not know the name of her own archetype.
Like it's weird because like she definitely has a sense for it. Obviously, she wouldn't have been able to progress this far. Like she has 71% in the guide. So I think yeah, I think this is when she settles on it for the first time. She's like, I am the guide. Well, she says it as if she were the guide, as if she were the God Walker, but she knows that in her heart that that's not true in her soul, but she says it as if it were. So,
and what am I?
That's a good question.
I'll let you roll your avatar to see if you can have a feeling for what she is.
Okay. Got an 8. So that's a success.
She is royalty.
So I say, you are the emperor.
I am the true king. She bends down to pick up the piece of paper. And if you want to be my subject,
well, I take that piece of paper, I think. And I think that's it. There's like the faintest hint of a bow. I think you barely see the wrinkles in my well-cut, laser. But I put in the note and says, I guess I have to go shopping. I think it's time for somebody else to go.
yes. I was thinking of doing something else with Isco, but I'd rather draw that out a little bit more. So, unless there was something else somebody wanted to do with Joey Nitro.
No, I've had a shit ton of spotlight time, so please let other people advance their stories. Yeah, thanks.
So yeah, I think that is it for the art show.
I might want to try to talk to Joey and just ask him about Emmett and Sue if I get a chance.
Yeah, sure. Joey Nitro is calmed down quite a bit. He's doing his whole schmoozing. Man, he's kind of a pretentious asshole, but he's like, this weird, like, in love with, like, he's really in love with certain things. So there's this endearing quality to it, but man, he comes off as pretentious.
I'm trying to think about. Yeah, I just get straight to the subject. As soon as I get a chance to talk to him alone, I just go up. So, so you know that Emmett guy, huh?
Fuck. That Emmett guy is. Look, do you know that Emmett guy?
I don't, but I got a friend who's maybe getting mixed up with them, and I'm a little worried about it.
Fuck. Look, I don't know about what shit he's into right now, and I don't want to know. I just know way back he got off on some fucked up shit.
And Sue? Does it have to do with Sue?
I don't know shit. He keeps on, every couple of months he tries to give me one of those invitations. I honestly haven't. I've burned every single one he's ever left for me because I don't want anything to do with anything he has to do. He is all about bad news, and when he can't find it, he makes it. Honestly, stupid fucking idea he ever had. Anyone ever had.
What idea was that?
To be the bearer of bad news.
That's what Emmett is?
It's fuck. Why am I telling you this? Look. Look, why do you care so much? Like, gotta give me something.
Why do I care about my friend?
Look, you're asking a bunch of questions. You want answers, yada, yada, yada. I need to know what I should be telling you and what I shouldn't be.
That's fair.
Like, what are you? Are you Scottish Rite? Are you a mermaid? Are you one of the Queen's men? Like, what? Why are you here? Please tell me you're not one of those colonel assholes.
I'm not affiliated with any of those groups. I'm just looking out for my friend.
Look, I get that. I've known people who've done that. But at the same time, I don't know what to say here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I have anything I can say to him. I'm looking at my sheet and I just see one of the things I have is like evaluate a meter self. I don't really know what that does. If that would do anything for me as far as.
So evaluate a meter is you can roll to try to have an idea where they fit and how many hardened they have in self in comparison to you.
It's kind of interesting. I don't know that it does anything for me here.
I mean, it might.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. What do I have to do to actually do that? Or I can just...
You roll your identity.
All right, let's do that. $58.
I assume that's under your identity?
Yeah.
58 is not a matched. Let's see. You have 3 hardened in self. He has less hardened in self than you do. So that tells you he has not had to question who he is. It's interesting. I forgot that I gave him so few hardened in self.
I think I'll just try to exchange phone numbers with him. So if yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but if I do think of something that I think you might need to know.
Okay. He takes down. He writes on a piece of scratch paper. He gives you a phone number, and it says 4 p.m.
Is it a phone number and 4 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you look at it, or
Yeah.
do you like respond to that?
Yeah. I'll ask what happens at 4 p.m.
That's why I'm at that payphone.
Gotcha. Okay.
What, you think I'm going to give you my actual phone number? What, you think I'm fucking crazy?
I mean,
He laughed.
you really want me to answer that? All right. Take care, and I think I leave.
Okay. So, Laura, do you do what's on that list?
So Laura has been, ever since Fisher made that revelation about what type of avatar she is, Laura has been thinking about how the guide and the true king actually relate in like a mythic sense. Because like if you think about the character of like the hermit who like gives the advice to the king or whatever, they're usually not a part really of the kingdom, socially speaking, and that kind of thing. They're always something separate.
Well,
like there, but separate as well.
So the lore of the tarot, the hermit is actually the fool when he's older in life. The fool actually shows up multiple times among the cards. The fool is the fool, the hanged man, and the hermit.
I didn't realize the hermit was one of the major arcana. I was just saying in the sort of abstract sense. But that's interesting to know.
Yeah. So, and the story of the tarot actually goes in order of the major arcana.
Right.
Of basically the experiences that the fool has in his travels. And I believe the emperor is pretty early on.
Right. It's like 4 or 5 or something, right?
Yeah, I think it might be 6. I'm not sure for sure.
But
for
early.
Yeah.
Out of the however many they are, 22 or whatever it is. Where does the hermit compare to that? Do you know off the top of your head?
Much later.
Much later.
He's like, I can't remember if he's before or after death.
Right. So what I'm trying to think of is some way that I can reinforce this relationship rather than go through with this and be beholden to Miss Fisher. in the occult sense.
Mhm.
That is something it feels like Laura would know more about than me as the player.
Well, it's all about the symbology.
Right.
So, there certainly is symbology of the advisor to the king,
Right,
or in this
exactly.
case, the queen. But you're still trying to become a member of the kingdom.
Well, I would like to be in the advisor role rather than be a
Mhm.
part of the kingdom, if you see what I'm saying.
hmm
Like the sort of mystic type,
Well, the advisor
the guide.
is part of the kingdom. It's absolutely part. That's like the seneschal. That is, you know, th- th- you know, there are instances where the king leaves the castle and finds a guide, but there's way more stories where, the guide constantly has the king's ear.
That's true.
So it's however you spin it to the universe. But decisions like this, like if the player weighs on it too much, then it doesn't feel Unknown Armies, because Unknown Armies, people do crazy shit because it seems to make sense in the moment. So either Laura does it or doesn't do it. And that's why I'm just trying to push people into is this crazy shit that you can see your character doing? Yes or no?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think it's something that Laura would do. She's going to try and find another way.
Okay. So she will not harm a cat for the sake of power.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
She doesn't know what she's going to do yet. She'll think of something, but it's not going to be that.
Okay. So, from here, what are people's yeah, so does anyone have anything else that they were specifically looking to do this night in game? So question, are people possibly interested in ending a little bit earlier tonight?
Sure. I mean, I could end earlier.
Yeah. It's less time than I was initially planning, but it feels like we're kind of at a stopping point, or close to a stopping point.
Yeah, and you know what? Like this evening, I feel like we did really good. We were like, bam, we were like right out of the gate at 10 o'clock. I mean, and we've been playing for, 3 hours and change, pretty solid straight through, and stuff has happened.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, there's more stuff I can throw at people. But some of the stuff I was playing on being like, yeah, this is like a last session thing to do to people. And this gives me more time to think of some of the other holes in what's going on.
I feel good with where we're at, but again, I got a lot of spotlight time this evening. So if anybody else wants, if you guys have stuff you want to do, then absolutely, I'm up for, staying up for it. If you have a last question or thing you want to do.
I'm satisfied with my interactions with Miss Fisher and this whole thing, and I would honestly appreciate some time to think about like what Laura's next steps are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a lot, we packed a lot of just things happening into that art show, and it feels like that feels like the end of an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell, the end of a season in a certain structure.
Yeah.
Well, this is not the end of the season.
Oh no,
that's going to be next episode. So I think the cliffhanger of this episode is you wake up the next morning, and on the news it says that St. Paul Public Elementary School burned to ashes last night.
Interesting.
Way to fail a roll, Miguel.
Oh yeah. That's beautiful.
Well, maybe it's time to go look for a position at McDonald's, huh?
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay. that was a lot of fun. Thanks, David. Thank you, everybody.
Awesome. Thanks,
Thanks.
guys.
All right, we'll see you in a week.
2 weeks.
No, 2 weeks. That's right,
Yeah,
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And,
2 weeks.
And I'm going to say again, thank you, Dave, for rescheduling that. That's awesome. I'll be at Dreamation next week, so that's
Have fun there.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. So,
all right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Yep.
you too.
All right. Peace out.